Good. All right, what's going on, Secoya Nation? Today we're talking about Sjogren's. And this was inspired by a young lady who called in looking for care with us and wondering how we'd handle that. So she's going to be greeted with a conversation with our team members to make sure we're the right fit, because that's how we roll here. So if you're interested in Sjogren's, if you know someone in your family or maybe you're struggling with that, maybe you searched the toolbar and said, hey, I'm looking for Sjogren's. This is some information about what you can understand relating to how it's affecting your body based on your brain-body disconnect, as we always talk about here. Basically, German New Medicine is our passion because that has helped us understand a lot about what's going on in our bodies. And our mission is to help you understand your body and understand what's going on rather than labeling yourself with a syndrome. Because if you don't know anything about syndromes, they're pretty much trash can diagnoses. Whether it's carpal tunnel syndrome, Sjogren's syndrome, take a pick of your syndrome, they're all pretty much garbage because they don't tell you the root cause. So if you don't know about Sjogren's, it's like considered autoimmune because nobody knows what to do with it. Dry eyes, dry mouth, so lacrimal glands, parotid glands typically, because you're getting the dry mouth and things like that. So there's different threads relating to different parts of the body of these two areas in terms of the different conflicts, okay? So when you think about the lacrimal gland, think about a visual separation of some sort. Either you want to be seen by someone or you don't want to be seen. It's like not wanting to be seen. These are two things that are related to the eyes. And when you think about the salivary gland, it's like, am I allowed to eat? Am I not allowed to eat? Like, do I have the privilege? So eating can be a metaphor for, do I get to do what I want to do, or do I not get to do what I want to do? It's like you're thirsting for, if you will, that thing, that desire, if you will. There could also be, if you think you can't have that, you might be believing that all the resources are gone, right? There's nothing left, and that's why it's all dried up. That's where you get the dry eyes, dry mouth. And so it's like this conflict. You perceive it in your life, whether it's real or imagined, your body reacts the same way, and that's the crazy thing about the body. There's a lot think about Sjogren's like really feeling like you have to tough it out. Like you gotta suck it up, buttercup. You gotta be tough. You gotta be stoic is the phrase that is in research. So it's like I can't show any tears. I gotta swallow my tears. I got to hold them back under all circumstances because I don't want to show that vulnerability. And oftentimes it can come back to the mother, and the mother not being willing to show emotion and or not being willing to cry in front of the child, or just basically just bottling it up. So that's the example. So that's either handed down from our parents or grandparents and so on and so forth, or it's modeled for us by one of our parents. Could be a father, but the research mentions the mother specifically. So that's one thing to consider. Basically, whether it's you don't want to be seen crying, your mother didn't want to be seen crying, or someone has this idea that it's just not okay to be seen crying. I know our society here has a tendency to look down upon crying, but we welcome tears of release because that means you're not going to be stuck with them, and you're actually crossing a threshold of actually releasing that tension. And tears are very, very healing, very cleansing. So we encourage you to do that. If you feel vulnerable with someone else or by yourself, whatever, just let them go, because it's just very healing, very healing. There was mention a couple times specifically of the mouth drying up because it didn't want to participate in sex acts, oral sex, things like that. Not wanting to facilitate pleasure or sexual activities and stuff like that. So that's why there would be a drying up. That might be relevant to your life or someone else's life. If we don't need to know the ins and outs of someone's life, but these things are very real. That can work with vaginal dryness too. A person can say, I don't want to have anything to do with that, so their Bartholin's glands stop producing as much fluid and they dry up and stuff like that. So there's a lot of different things related to how your mind perceives your world, and then your body responds in kind because your mind affects your brain affects your body, and so on and so forth. So these are some ideas for you to take home and really consider how they affect you, how they affect someone you love. Let them be conversation starters. Let them be something to facilitate conversations between you and your loved one, or you and one of your friends, so that they can be freed of the living in this syndrome. Like, I got these dry eyes and dry mouth, and I don't know why. Well, not all these are going to be relevant for you, but some of them are going to be relevant for you. And so take the ones that are relevant and then discard the ones that are not. It's not the point of saying you have all of these. It's not about that. It's about saying some of these are relevant to you, which ones are relevant for you, get the deeper meaning, the understanding, the insights into your life, and then go from there and take action, right? This information is only useful if you take action. So please be inspired to take action and address the relationships in your life, because as goes if you're not familiar with the ACE study, the greatest predictor of your health over long term is your quality of your relationships. So get all the relationships balanced and healthy in your life, and you'll have a lot fewer symptoms, if not no symptoms. Okay? Can't avoid them all, but handle your conflicts as fast as you can, and go from there. All right? Hope you guys are having a great day, and we'll see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.